Every ChatGPT Plus seat on your company card just became the most expensive way to get a model your competitor's intern has for free. OpenAI quietly dropped GPT-5.6 Sol into the free tier of ChatGPT this week. No email, no fanfare, no warning to the finance departments who signed off on 20, 50, 200 plus seats last quarter because the model was the moat. The moat closed this morning. Right, Stewart here. 10 minutes, we're covering exactly what changed, what the catch almost certainly is, and the seat-by-seat audit you run this week before your competitor works it out. Stay to the end. The last piece is the one that decides whether you cancel anything at all. The version most people will hear this week is free unlimited ChatGPT Cancel Plus. Wrong. And if you act on it blind, you break workflows your team relies on by Wednesday morning. The real story is more useful and more profitable. Sol is OpenAI's newest model in the 5.6 family. Ships to free-tier ChatGPT users starting this week. On the benchmarks they publish themselves, it lands at or above what Plus subscribers had access to roughly 30 days ago. Same model quality, no card required, no seat count. So goes the claim on their page, and I want you to verify it yourself. Open ChatGPT in a private browser tab right now. Do not log in. Look at the model picker at the top of the chat. Sol is either sitting there as the default or one click away with no upgrade prompt. That is the proof, not me telling you. Here is the part every roundup channel is going to skip. OpenAI has form for rolling frontier models down to free. GPT-4.0 did it, GPT-5 did it. What is new here is the timing gap has collapsed to about a month. A month between what your paying team uses and what the guy who cannot afford $20 uses. The gap was your competitive advantage from AI spend, and it just went from a year to 30 days. 10 plus seats is $2,400 a year for a 30-day head start on someone spending nothing. 50 seats, 12 grand. 200 seats, 48 grand a year to be one release cycle ahead. Real numbers on the table before we touch a single seat. Here is the headline answer before I lose half of you. Do not mass cancel Plus this week. Do audit every seat by Friday. Most will drop, some will stay. The audit is the whole game. Quick thing, if more than 3 people on your team have a ChatGPT seat, the audit sheet I use, the rate limit tests I ran on Sol this week, and the migration checklist for teams moving off Plus, all of it lives in the Church of SEO Jesus, my free school community, link in the description. No card, no upsell, just the working files from these videos. Subscribe on your way through, and I will keep publishing this stuff the day it lands. Now, the catch. Because there is always a catch. Unlimited in OpenAI marketing has historically meant a higher cap than free had yesterday. Not literally uncapped. On previous rollouts, the free tier hit soft walls around 40 messages every 3 hours. If Sol carries a similar cap, and your customer support rep runs 60 messages an hour clearing tickets, cancelling Plus for that seat breaks Tuesday afternoon. You find out about it from a Slack message that starts with, "Hey, is anyone else getting?" Which is why the audit is per seat, not per company. You are not asking, should we use free ChatGPT? You are asking, seat by seat, does this person hit the wall? And if they do, what breaks? 4 types of seat stay on Plus. Write these down. 1. Anyone using advanced voice for calls, meetings, or hands-free brainstorming in the car? Free tier has never gotten full voice. Cancelling breaks it instantly. 2. Custom GPTs your team built and depends on. Free users can chat with public ones, but authoring and private ones sit behind Plus. If your ops person built the intake triage GPT that saves the team 6 hours a week, that seat stays. 3. Anyone uploading files daily, running long documents, or leaning on the bigger context window? Free trims all 3, a lawyer reviewing 60-page contracts, a bookkeeper dropping spreadsheets in, a marketer pasting a full brand voice doc every morning, Plus. 4. Heavy users, sales, support, anyone in the tool for 6 hours a day. Rate limits will bite them, and 1 hour of a paid employee blocked and refreshing costs more than $20 a month. Everyone else. Marketing manager who opens ChatGPT twice a day, founder who uses it for email drafts and the odd strategy question, ops person doing weekly summaries, bookkeeper checking journal entries, drop them to free, 2-week test, cancel the seat properly at month end if nothing broke. Now the part your competitors are working out at exactly the same time you are. The corner-cutting rival you have been out-tooling for 18 months, the one who never bought Plus because their margin was too thin. This week they got the same model your team has been using, for free, on their phone, in the van between jobs. The edge you built by being the shop that uses AI properly is now table stakes. Not gone, table stakes. The game moves from who has the model to who deploys it fastest into an actual workflow, where the little guy wins right now, and where the little guy also loses if he sleeps on it. Model access is commoditized. Workflow integration is not. The audit is not just about saving $20 a seat. It is about freeing up the budget you are spending on model access and pointing it at deployment. Concrete trade. Take the $200 a month you save from 10 cancelled seats. Point it at one afternoon with someone who builds the custom GPT that automates your intake form, or the outbound email personalizer, or the weekly client report generator. One workflow, built once, running forever. $2,400 a year of subscription becomes one deployed asset that compounds. Every month it saves you the same hours again, and no incumbent gets to claw it back. Something I want to flag hard before you sprint on this. Enterprise and team plans are contracts, not consumer subscriptions. If you are on team, the seat pricing, the data controls, and the model access all work differently. Do not apply the Plus audit to a team account and expect the same math. Talk to your account manager or come to the church and ask. I have a separate breakdown for that flow because half a dozen people already messaged me about it this morning. Second flag. OpenAI has quietly rolled free tier access back before when demand overwhelmed capacity. What is available to free users on Wednesday might get throttled by the following Monday. Run the audit now, move fast. But do not sign an annual anything on either side of the fence on the assumption that free stays free forever, or that Plus stays worth it in a month. Here is the week's play in one breath. Pull your billing, list every Plus seat by name, tag each one against those 4 categories: voice, custom GPTs, heavy files, heavy volume. Anyone with 0 tags moves to free by Friday. 2-week test with a shared doc where each person logs anything that broke. If the doc is empty at day 15, cancel the seat properly at month end and reinvest the saved money into one deployment project the same week. For a 10-seat team, where 6 drop to free, roughly $1,400 back in the budget this year. For a 50-seat team, where 30 drop, $7,200. For a 200-seat corporate rollout, where 120 were paying for a model they touch once a week, $28,800 a year. Real money that was buying you nothing your competitor did not already have. Run the audit and reinvest the savings into deployment before month end. You keep the edge and it costs you nothing net. Sit on the Plus bill because it is easier than the meeting the edge closes. It closes on a Tuesday you did not have marked in the calendar. Your CFO does not need to find this next quarter. You need to find it this week. Because someone else already did. Last thing before you close the tab, everything I just walked you through, the 4-category tag list, the 2-week test doc, the audit sheet, the rate limit tests I ran on Sol on my own account this week, all of it is going into the Church of SEO Jesus tonight. The church is my free school community. Inside it you get the working files from these videos, the playbooks, the migration scripts, and a room full of business owners running the same audit this week and posting what broke and what did not. Free to join, no card, no upsell. Link in the description under this video, subscribe on your way through, and the next one, the walkthrough with the 4-column sheet on screen and the questions I put to each seat holder lands in your feed the second it publishes.